The Steelers are sacked the quarterback the second most in the NFL. Kansas City overtook them. They were number one coming into the week. Kansas City has overtaken them. But New England do a great job of protecting. I just believe that Brady will do a better job of protecting the football, putting his team in position to score points than what Ben and the Steelers would do. I do not trust, nor have I trusted the Steelers' defense all year long. I think they're not as bad. Their secondary isn't quite as bad as Kansas City, but they're close. They're close. They do get after the quarterback, but the thing is, if they don't get there initially, they normally have, and they don't do anything with Gronk. They still haven't found an answer how to deal with Gronk. Now Brady is having more and more confidence in Josh Gordon, so he'll go away from Gronk to find Josh. He'll go away from Edelman to find Josh Gordon. And always he loves throwing to the running backs out of the backfield. So with that being said, I believe the Patriots will win this ball game and send the Steelers even more spiraling. But I just hope they have updated equipment so they can find out what's wrong with Ben when he comes out of the game and says, he's not feeling well.
Well, they're not at Oakland this time.
Yeah.
They're in Pittsburgh. So the public very much agrees with you, and the public is jumping back on that Patriots bandwagon with both feet because the Patriots opened as a 1-point favorite and has been bet all the way up to 2.5 points. That's significant. So the betting public is saying everything you just said times 10. And yet, you just said the magic word, the scariest word I have heard on the show, which is the word always. The Patriots always beat the Steelers.
They do.
Okay? They always do. And you're mostly right. But every time I hear that word always, it's just too easy. It's just too cut and dried. It's just a little too obvious because the Pittsburgh Steelers are not a bad football team. They're a troubled football team.
Yes. Okay.
They're a dysfunctional football team.
Yep.
I never really understand if the coach and the quarterback are on the same page or what. I don't know what's going on with them. But it sounds like James Conner is not going to be able to come back and play. He did not practice yesterday, so that's another big point in your favor.
Think they miss Le'Veon?
What's that?
Think they miss Le'Veon?
Well, they do if he can't go, obviously.
No?
Yeah. I think James Conner's pretty good. I don't think there's been any drop-off there. But if he's gone, they got big problems. So, for once, when it comes to Tom Brady, I'm going to speak with my head over my heart. As much as I love Tom Brady, and I still do, and I still believe he hasn't deteriorated at all, there's no erosion of his skill as he hits age 41, I do not trust Bill Belichick's defense.
Oh, man, you need to stop, Skip.
What happened in Miami was a debacle, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to bounce right back from this one. This wasn't just an off game, a bad day at the office. This was an all-time final play collapse, and it's just hard to get through that because the man most responsible for the collapse was the genius head coach. Greatest coach ever,
It happened.
Bill Belichick. Well, it doesn't happen to the greatest coach ever. Not like that. Not with Gronk back there for a Hail Mary that would have to travel like 80 yards in the air. I don't know. I'm
Well,
sorry.
he thought he was playing Kansas City and Mahomes was going to be throwing
Maybe he
it.
thought that. But you know what? One of these Sundays, just one of these Sundays, Pittsburgh's just going to say, this is enough. And it was really last year at Pittsburgh that they said enough because they did everything but win that game because there was the Jesse James controversy at the goal line. It was first and goal from the 10. And you didn't think it was a catch. I just thought it was a catch. I thought he rolled into the end zone, and I thought that was it. I thought Pittsburgh had finally broken through. And then it gets down to 3rd and goal from the 7, and you know the rest of the story. Ben's sniping back at the sideline, and they're not on the same page, and he throws one of the ugliest, dumbest interceptions you'll ever see.
Yep.
So, again, it was that close to this ending last year.
Right.
And so you know all the numbers. Tom Brady's 11-2 against Pittsburgh lifetime, and he's 6-2 overall in Pittsburgh, 2-0 in the playoffs, and he's 30 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. And I believe that part of the equation is going to continue on Sunday.
Yes.
I think Tom will have a big game. I think he will put up, just as he did in the last Super Bowl, I think he's going to score 33 points. And I think Pittsburgh's going to score 35 because this defense is not very good. It's below average. And I know it's 12th overall in points allowed, but for a Belichick defense, it's just not great. Usually, you're always talking about, well, they're middle of the pack in yards allowed, but they're top 5 in points allowed. But that's not happening right now. They're 12th in points allowed, and they're 24th in allowing opponents to convert third downs. Just watch what's going to happen. Ben's still got that guy named Antonio Brown, and he's still got Juju, and he's still got those 2 tight ends, Vance McDonald and Jesse James. And he's even still got my ex-guy, little Ryan Switzer. He's got weapons everywhere,
yeah, he does.
Right?
And he's still got the ability, the propensity to turn the football over.
He does, but he's got the propensity to throw 5 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah, he can throw for 5 touchdowns, 500 yards, and he might have a big game, but he'll make the one mistake that'll end up costing the team, and that's what you get. So
well, you're seeing decline in Tom Brady, so I'm shocked that you rip Tom Brady and say that he's over the hill and one step away from retirement, and then the next day you're picking them hands down, no questions asked, to go win again at Pittsburgh. Just like you can snap your fingers and go beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
Why do you do that?
Okay, I'm not doing anything, but you don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers still have some Steelers pride left?
Did they have it in Oakland?
No, but what about I make the case they were looking ahead to this game because they're just sick and tired of hearing about what Tom Brady does to him every single year.
Okay, what about in Denver? Did they have a little of that?
Well, they had the game won, right? They had it won.
Exactly.
And then what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what about San Diego? At home, up 16.
Yeah.
But you want me to have confidence in them.
Okay. Ben Roethlisberger did win 2 Super Bowls. I don't know how he did that, right?
When last time he won one?
Well, it's been a while, but hey, have they not traditionally hasn't this been a top 5 offense year after year?
Yeah, I mean, like you tell me about Aaron Rodgers. It's been almost 10 years, right? Been almost 10 years, huh, Skip?
Well, okay.
You don't like that. I mean, the guy don't win a Super Bowl every other year. He terrible.
I don't like Bill Belichick's defense.
You know what? No,
you
don't like Coach. Just go ahead and say it. Just go ahead and say it. You don't like Coach Belichick.
No, I don't.
Greatest coach.
I don't like what he tried to tried to cut Tom Brady.
Greatest coach.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Greatest coach.
He's not. Bill Walsh is. It's not even close.
Stop it.
Not even close. No. Bill Walsh coached both sides of the football.
Yeah.
Genius on offense, genius on defense.
That's what Coach Belichick does.
Yeah.
That's what Tom Brady said. So all I know is that Joe Montana won the Super Bowl, scored the most points in Super Bowl history without Bill Walsh. And that's no disrespect. Bill Walsh is a great mind.
Who established the whole system? Who picked all those players?
Well,
Bill Walsh did.
Who do you
all of them.
Who do you think picking all them players in New England? Who saw something in a bad body, terrible 40 running quarterback?
I think he saw nothing.
He saw.
It was an afterthought. It was the 6th round.
Hold on, Skip.
If he loved him, he would have taken him in the 2nd round.
Okay, why didn't he cut him? Why didn't he cut him? He kept him on the roster, although he never played a snap. So why? He saw something.
Because Charlie Weiss sat right here and said, we knew from the first practice there was something special about that kid.
Who is we?
The whole staff.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter what the staff. Yeah. It only matters what BB, the one that had the cutoff sleeves with BB on his chest. It only matters what he thinks. And he said, you know what, I got me a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, and then he thought Tom Brady was washed up and he wanted him out. He did not want him here this year.
You're a genius.
Tom Brady made him eat it last year by winning the MVP and putting up 33 in the Super Bowl and 500.
And Jenny, where did he come to my restaurant? Jenny, I opened it up for one night only.
He should have opened it up because he just set an all-time playoff record of any playoff game ever, 500.
I laid out that Moet. I laid out that good stuff for him. I wanted him to be festive.
That's why nobody ate at your restaurant that night because Tom Brady wasn't there.
Yeah, he came. Yeah. Oh, he came. I laid it out for him, too.
Did you?
But see, Skip,
you made him eat out in the alley?
Why you try to minimize Coach Belichick's impact on this thing? Coach Belichick is a genius. And you know what makes geniuses so unique is that they see things that no one else sees. And they hit the target.
Yeah. I'm going to put Rob Gronkowski in for a Hail Mary that wasn't going to happen.
I'm going to take this guy as a 6th-round draft pick out of Michigan who couldn't beat out Brian Greasy, who couldn't beat out Drew Henson.
Hey, I watched.
Wait.
Go look at the tape of the Orange Bowl that year against Alabama. It wasn't Nick's Alabama, but go look at what Tom Brady did to Alabama in the Orange Bowl. Go look.
Time out. Yeah. Coach Belichick saw something. Just like Coach Reed saw something in a skinny kid from Savannah State. Say that, you know what, that boy there?
Yeah.
That fella there.
If he really thought that, he would have taken you in the 2nd round.
No. Yeah. No, look here. Why would I pay $25 million for a condo if I can get it for $2 million? Jenny, does that make any sense to you? Of course not.
But if you think that condo is worth $25 million, you better at least take it in the third round.
Not if I can get it.
Because somebody else out there is going to be smart enough to take it.
It's a little risky.
What is life without
Well, to add to your point, for Bill Belichick, a playoff berth would be his 17th. That places him third all time.
17, Skip Bayless.
Completely a product of the quarterback.
No, yeah, you're right.
Well,
the quarterback is completely a product of Coach Belichick.
What was Coach Belichick's record as a head coach before Tom Brady fell out of the sky into his...
There are a lot of people
there
that
was
had bad
that one record to bring up. Okay, well, what about the Chargers? Maybe a few teams in the AFC should be worried about what they're doing. We'll discuss that with Eric Dickerson next.